Welcome to Age Friendly Cleveland. My name is Mary McNamara, and I'm the director of the Cleveland Department of Aging. Across our country, we have what we call an aging network of services because no one division of government, agency, hospital system, or faith-based group provides all the services an older adult might need to age successfully. As examples, some older adults may need transportation or in-home health care, modifications to the home, or resources for staying engaged after retirement. It is our hope with this Age Friendly Cleveland series that you might learn more about the resources right here in Cleveland. This next segment is about one of the trusted agencies we work closely with every day to make Cleveland an age-friendly city.
Hello and welcome to Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm your host, Dan Monroe. You know, there's a lot of programs out there for our senior citizens they might not know about. A lot of great programs to help keep them active and healthy. Joining me today is Sam Gissentaner, Commissioner of our Neighborhood Resource and Recreation Centers.
How you doing, Dan?
Commissioner, welcome to the show. You know, I want to talk about all of our different centers. So before we do that, I want to learn a little bit about you. How long have you been with the city?
Dan, I started with the city in 1982 as a student aide. I often tease my staff because I've been with the city for 30 plus years, and I've held 7 different positions with the Division of Recreation. So all within the Division of Recreation, but over 30 some years of service with the city of Cleveland.
Brag about the division a little bit. Why is it so good?
Oh my goodness, Division of Recreation is a place where a lot of people look at children and want to know where they can go for programming, for services, for direction. Division of Recreation provides that, the programs and directions for children to keep them on the right path. And I'm a, living example of that because, again, I've been with recreation for so long.
Commissioner, how many recreation centers are we talking about in the city?
There's a total of 21 recreation centers, one Cadell Fine Arts Center that specializes in arts. And we also have a camp, residential camp, where we send kids, 100 kids during the summer months, where we send them to a week-long camp where they're there from Monday through Friday, and we do all the outdoor activities. We feed them breakfast, lunch, dinner. They stay there away from mom for a full week.
I know you do have a lot of great programs for the youth, but let's talk about our senior population. I think a lot of them out there, and I've heard this too, they say, well, the recreation center is not for me. I'm not a kid, I don't, that's not for me, but the message here is that is certainly not true. So many programs for seniors.
Absolutely not. And when you talk about recreation centers, a lot of people put the mark on the rec center that's for children. Mm-hmm. But you have so many adults and senior programs. We have actually over 75 adult and senior programs throughout the Division of Recreation. We open up the doors as early as 7 o'clock in the morning at a Zelma George, at a Collinwood, at a Gunning Recreation Center, and we do various programs such as line dancing, exercise classes, aquatic programs. All of the adults and seniors can participate in those programs free of charge.
I want to learn more about that, but you say it's free of charge. I know some of our seniors think, well, the recreation centers, that's a private club. I can't afford to join this private club. Not true at all.
Not true at all. Actually, recreation centers are open to any resident, actually non-residents as well, in the city of Cleveland. You can come and there's no membership. All we ask you to do is register. You do a registration once a year. Once you register that once a year, you're free to participate in any programs at that recreation center.
So just by registration, it's just getting your information to them? No fees or anything?
No fees at all. No
fees or costs, okay. I mentioned it earlier, we're calling it the Neighborhood Resource and Recreation Center. That's just a new rebranding right now, isn't it?
Actually, it is, and it stems from the mayor's vision to have our recreation centers geared more to providing services in the neighborhood, increasing the quality of life for our children and young adults, and also to branch out to more adults and provide services to them as well. So the recreation center, the change in the name is more so that recreation centers that at one time was geared towards sports, but now we're bringing more programs to the community We're doing STEM programs. We're doing job and career readiness programs. We're doing adult programs, ACT, SAT prep for children. Those are things that recreation centers didn't do when I was coming up.
You know, let's talk about some of the programs available for our seniors. One of the ones I notice a lot is the line dancing. Talk about the line dancing. Where does that take place at?
Line dancing actually is held at several recreation centers, but the biggest one is Zelma George. Zelma George has, I want to say, over maybe 60 members in their line dancing group. And if you ever know anything about seniors, anytime there's a camera, anytime there's an opportunity for them to do some line dancing, they jump to that opportunity.
Well, it's also good because it keeps them moving, keeps them active, and boy, they're having so much fun.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What other programs? We talked about aquatics, you mentioned.
Yes.
Some of the recreations have pools, some don't though, right?
Yes, that's true. There's 18 pools in the city of Cleveland, and out of the 18, not all right now offer aquatics programs for seniors. However, if there's a desire for a senior group in any one of our neighborhoods to start up an aquasize class, all they need to do is come in, express that concern with that center manager. They would share that information with myself. We would look then and see if we can position staffing to offer that program inside that recreation center. So right now, out of the 18 that have pools, I want to say maybe 12 right now is doing aquasizes for seniors and adults.
And people can find out where those are at. You have a website or a phone number they can call?
Yes, absolutely. They can contact the City of Cleveland web, or they also can contact the Division of Recreation at 664-2570 or 2561. They can speak to our customer service specialists, and they can give them all the information about programs that we offer in the City of Cleveland.
Okay, but let's say I'm living in an area, maybe say next to, I believe Zone doesn't have a pool.
Zone does.
Zone does, okay.
Yes.
Zelma George maybe, or?
They do not.
Well, they do, okay. So let's say I'm living by there. Okay, they don't have a pool. Well, I guess I'm out. I can only go to this rec center. I can't go to another pool, or is that not true? Can I go wherever I want to go?
Absolutely not true. Our residents, we encourage them to go to any pool or recreation center that they feel is fit for them. So even if you live on the east side of Cleveland and you want to transport and go all the way to Gunning on the west side to participate in the pool area program there, you can. It's free for everyone. It's open for everyone. So just, look at our schedule, look at what fits you, because some rec centers may offer a program Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Whereas you say, well, you know what, Monday, Wednesday, Friday doesn't work for me, but I like the Tuesday and Thursday that they're offering at Michael Zone. By all means, join the Michael Zone.
Someone watching is still a little bit leery about checking out the rec center. They can just walk through the front door and get a tour, right?
Absolutely.
Look around.
Absolutely. Rec center hours are 11:30 to 8 Monday through Friday. Saturdays 9:30 to 6. At any time, any resident can come into that recreation center and say, hey, I just want to look around and see what you have to offer.
Listening to you, Commissioner, it sounds like you and your staff are really in tune to what the people who use the rec center want. You're really listening to what they have to say and what they're looking forward to. You're constantly changing too.
Absolutely. Recreation centers, again, are, we're there to service the customers. And that's the residents in the city of Cleveland. And again, like I said before, even if you're not a resident of the city of Cleveland, you can come in and participate in programming. Our whole goal is to customer service, provide recreation activities for those who live in the city of Cleveland. And again, if that demand is there to do a program that's not offered at a particular recreation center, we'll listen.
Some of the things I already noticed, I've noticed about the recs is some of the programs include like Tai Chi, maybe even some yoga too.
Yes, absolutely. Some of the rec centers do offer Tai Chi. One in particular is JFK Recreation Center. They opened up their program, I believe it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have so many I try to remember. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 11:30 where they do Tai Chi. Mm-hmm. And again, it's just a slower movement for seniors that may not do that vigorous type activity, but we just do different things at different rec centers based on the demand.
One of the biggest programs I've seen and I've worked with before is Silver Sneakers.
Yes.
Tell me about Silver Sneakers.
Silver Sneakers is a new program we started over at Gunning Recreation Center. It's a program where, the seniors, we call it Silver Sneakers just because of the elderly. Mm-hmm. However, they do exercise programs, and we just named it Silver Sneakers.
Now, with all the programs out there, people can get in touch with you through phone, it's the web, but do you send out I see you have a catalog here. Is this something you send out to the residents?
Yes, actually, this is the new Neighborhood Resource Recreation Center guide.
Okay.
And this is a guide that right now you can find on the web. This was developed this summer because of the new direction that Mayor Frank Jackson wants us to go into with these resource centers. But this guide will give you all the information that rec centers are doing with the new programming, as well as the old, also gives you what seniors can participate in as well. So very vital tool that you can pick up at your recreation center, or you can check the website, and the website will give you information on what's in here that you can register for.
So easy to get a hold of, so
Very
easy.
easy.
Let's talk about gunning for a minute. There's a unique program for our seniors out there. Tell me about that.
Gunning is the only recreation center that has a senior center within its walls. And it used to be called the Golden Age Center. That's when I was a young kid. Now it's the Rhodes Center for Aging. And gunning, that program actually is Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock in the morning to 3. And they do everything from mental development with their seniors, exercise programs with their seniors, social activities with their seniors, just to keep them engaged.
And a great way to get all the seniors to come together in one location,
Absolutely,
too.
absolutely, yes.
Maybe someone who's alone, they might meet a new friend,
true.
maybe someone to exercise with or walk with.
That's true, very true.
Oh, that's great. Cadell, you talked about for the Center for the Arts. Tell me a bit more about that.
Cadell Fine Arts is strictly for arts. Now, there's a number of staff members that also venture outside of Cadell and do art programs and recreation centers. However, the centers specialize in ceramics, specialize in cooking classes with our adult and seniors. They specialize in basic arts and crafts. So it's a lot of different things that go on strictly from the cultural arts standpoint at Cultural Arts Center.
Seems like you do a lot of great programs for our senior citizen population, and I imagine too you work hand in hand with the Department of Aging
Absolutely.
to create some programs. Tell me about that partnership.
Department of Aging started a program last year at one of our recreation centers called Sterling Recreation Center. This year they branched off to Cadell as well, and what they do is they bring produce to the residents in that community. A great program when you're talking about our elderly people that may not be able to get to their neighborhood store. They know now that, hey, I can walk down the street to Sterling Rec Center, or I can walk down the street to Cadell Recreation Center, and once a month, those produce programs will be there for me to take advantage of. So it's a great program, great partnership with Division of Aging. They also started a program teaching our seniors how to balance themselves to keep them from falling. Which is a great thing. All of us, desire to be, elderly seniors one day. And we would love to have someone that, can come to and teach us how to make sure that we keep our balance together, and things that may be just obstructions on the floor or something of that nature at your home, making sure that those pathways are open. So a great program by the Division of Aging.
Make sure we
Yes.
keep our seniors safe, indeed.
Absolutely.
Some of our seniors out there also take care of their grandchildren predominantly most of the time. I'm sure there's a lot of great programs then for both of them as well.
Yes. At all of our recreation centers, we start programs at the age of 5. A lot of people don't know that. They think that we gear toward a lot of teenagers or smaller children. But the age of 5 is when we start our T-ball programs. We do learn to swim classes, arts and craft classes. So pretty much when the kids are aged for school, we do programming for them. And again, programs at recreation centers are customer driven. So if we have a population of kids that, are looking for a computer type class, we can start that class at that rec center. Or if it's something else that they desire to have at that rec center, we can entertain that as well.
For someone watching, what are a couple things about the resource and recreation centers that they might not even know?
One of the newest things about the resource centers is that each center has a trauma-informed care specialist that's on staff at that recreation center. Something that we just started last year, and it was recognized by the administration that, a lot of our kids have a lot of stress. They go through a lot of trauma, so when you're talking about the new neighborhood resource and recreation center, programming guide, that was also something that we incorporated the trauma-informed care specialists. That when kids come in, if they're having any type of issues that day, even if their families are having issues that day, you have someone right now in your neighborhood that you can come in and speak with about your concerns.
Our neighborhood resource and recreation centers, they're constantly growing and constantly changing. So still adapting for new things in the future, are we?
Absolutely. And this is a prime example of it because, again, recreation was viewed by so many as a place to go for sports.
Okay.
But they didn't know that we were doing the adults and the senior programming, and now we're doing educational programs, we're doing additional art programs, so we're turning the page.
So finally, our message for our seniors, if you've never been to our recreation centers, your message is the one of welcome. Come on in, take a look, join us.
Absolutely. Recreation centers are open for all. We encourage our seniors to come in and take advantage of our morning hours. Again, kids are not allowed during the school year. Kids are not allowed to inside the rec centers until 3 p.m. So when those doors open at 11:30 p.m., we would love to program for our adult and seniors. And then there's a handful of recreation centers today that opens up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And again, that's customer driven because those communities demanded that, hey, listen, we would love to have this program at 7 in the morning. Well, it's our duty to oblige by, the customers that we serve.
Great customer service.
Absolutely.
Great customer service.
Absolutely.
Well, let's hit it again. If you want more information, where can they go? The website, the phone number?
Absolutely. City of Cleveland website, and everything is also in our Neighborhood Resource Recreation Center guide. Also in the back of this guide, when you go to your recreation center, or even if you pick it up at the City Hall in room 8, there's information on the back on how you register for all of our programs.
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
Commissioner Gissentaner, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Very
having me.
informative.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm your host, Dan Monroe. We'll see you next time.